got more creators running than we've ever created in 20 years. Joining you guys, I've never seen anything so different in 20 years of doing this. I was just having a look at some of the numbers, and we've been with you guys just over a month, I think. Curve is it's not 5 degrees, it's 30 degrees.
What's going on, guys? So I have Doggy Dan here and I have Graham, and they are newer clients of ours. They run a dog training business. They actually have a really well-designed webinar funnel that we've been able to help them with, and wanted to bring them on to kind of explain a little bit about what we've done for them and how they've liked working with us and all that. So if you guys kind of want to dive in and give a little bit more of a background around what you guys do and all that, that'd be great.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Mike. I'm the sort of businessy guy. Dan's all the dogs. So Dan, why don't you kick it off, because you started this whole thing.
Sure. So I guess, without wanting to blow my own trumpet, we've got a pretty unique way of training dogs, which we thought, let's put this into videos and then let's get it out to as many people and help as many people as we can. So we created this incredible program 17 years ago. And one of the challenges, the program works. The challenge is always getting people into the program. And one of the parts of that challenge has been, I guess, the advertising, the hook, the actual initial lead has always been, because everybody loves our problem, part of the program. Part of the problem is it's so successful, we've solved the problem and they're gone. So trying to get the advertising right has been a real challenge. And Graham, I don't know if you want to talk about some of the approaches we've used with different hooks and buckets and funnels.
Yeah.
But
it's been a real journey. We started off totally bootstrapped on ClickBank, and we had affiliates kind of just jump on this. I think we were the first guys to have a sort of video training, dog training product. It used to be just ebooks and buy a PDF. So we came along and changed everything, and it really took off. And then the competition just came along, and video became everything. Memberships all over the place. So we sort of always had to keep trying to iterate and move it forward. And I guess we were always looking, as we were learning about the journey and how to be internet marketers, we were always trying to find that hook, that front end, what's going to work, what's going to get people in, because we knew from there, if we could crack that, we were set, because the product was so good, the solution is so effective, and it's just something that everybody who's got a dog needs. So it's more about how do we just tell the world about this. And so we went down so many roads, so many different methods, so many different agencies, until eventually we sort of ended up with a webinar that was just working. And then we had the problem of we just aren't being seen. Nobody knows we exist. We think we're big news, but nobody else knows.
everybody who gets to the webinar loves it, but how do we get people to the webinar? That was comes back to this first challenge. And then I think we've kind of bumped into you, or Graham kind of discovered you.
Cool. And where was the business at before we started working together? I guess if you want to kind of dive into some of the numbers and I guess some of the pain points, or what was broken, what was frustrating, what had you what were you trying that maybe didn't work in terms of ads and all that?
I think for me the frustration and the stress, which has sort of been really helped by you guys, is we could come up with something which would convert at, I don't know, a 2 or a 3 to 1 kind of, we get some good return on ad spend, but it didn't last. And we try and scale it. And that was the real issue, that everything we tried to scale, and we've been doing this for nearly 20 years, as soon as we tried to scale it, it kind of fell apart. And
we'd get really excited, we'd have something.
Yeah.
But we were also we're not good at the ad stuff, the technical stuff. It's always been something that we've needed to lean on someone else to help us with that. We've done the courses and all that sort of thing, but it just the sort of science behind it was never something that really took off with us. So we've always needed a partner, and the ones we've had have sort of each time they've iterated, they've taken us a little bit further, a little bit closer, and along the way they've been very good at helping us rebuild the funnel, or tweak, or add this, or upsell, or get the actual vehicle working better and better and better. But we just never found anyone who could then keep that momentum going. So, I think with you guys in the last month, we've got more creators running than we've ever created in 20 years. Honestly,
Mm.
it's that radical. Before the last agency we were with, I was getting really frustrated because we could feel the energy, we could see the numbers, we could see the conversion. It was there, and we just could not get it out there. And I started reading more and more and more about how guys were getting success with this, multiple creative sort of method, and how it was working with the new Facebook meta algorithms. And we were like, come guys, we need creative, we need creative, we need creative. And it just crickets, we just weren't getting that that back. So joining you guys, it's just been a I've never seen anything so different. I've never seen such a change in 20 years of doing this.
And
So
and it's not just a change from the last people we were with. It's almost like you guys really are specialists at what you say you do. And it reminds me of, if you want a heart operation done, you want to have a heart opera surgeon who's specialized and done it 100 times, 1,000 times. You just don't want a generalist. And this is where I feel this is so specific. The designing of the adverts, the tweaking, the placing, the managing. It's the managing and the watching of the all 16, 20, whatever it is, adverts that you guys are doing that is so appreciated. Because we can feel you're pulling the levers up and down, turning this one a bit more spend, cutting that one. It's just like a surgeon doing heart surgery, but you also have that experience and knowledge of you've done this so many times, you know what numbers to be looking for, and that's really cool.
yeah, I actually got an email yesterday from the support guys at Hyros who we use for tracking. And he'd made a Loom video. He just checks in every now and again. He'd made us a video. And so I was watching it, and he was saying, wow, your numbers really good. And I don't see any problems. Just keep doing what you're doing. Whereas before, he'd had so much to say, sort of like, you guys need to be doing this. You shouldn't have this much red in this green column. And he just took one look at it, and his feedback was like, just keep doing what you're doing. So yeah, you guys just seem to have a handle on how to make it work.
I've been running paid ads since 2010. Have done over $300 million in sales purely through paid ads for businesses just like Doggy Dan's and yours. So if you want us to look at your entire operation and tell you the step-by-step plan of how exactly we might be able to take it to $1 million a month minimum, book a call through the link in the description below. What made you decide, to work with us instead of, I know you were working with another agency or like trying to figure it out yourself, or maybe, I don't know if you were considering other agencies after that, but like, what was like the decision point there? Like, why'd you go with us?
Do you want to say anything, Dan?
I think for me, what it is, Mike, is I feel like we've always gone for maybe more of a jack of all trades, and we've not gone for the kind of the premium, let's go for the Rolls-Royce solution. And the way I see it is it's getting so competitive now. You've either got to be with the Rolls-Royce solution or you don't get to the top. It's so you can't get 3 or 4 things right out of 9. You've got to get 9 or 8 at least, or out of 10. You've got to get 9 or 10 of these things right. And I'm talking about the design of the adverts, the number of adverts, how quickly they're being. You've got to have a Rolls-Royce solution. And I can feel what you've put together in this business is a Rolls-Royce solution for people who really want to get to the top. Otherwise, you can spend all this money and you never get there. We've been in that game, and it's like let's make this happen, or it's not going to happen. So.
I made the decision at the end of the day, but it was based also on. Well, in fact, I reached out to Hyros and I said, listen, you guys are the premium tracking solution out there. Who are your recommended suppliers? Like, which agencies, do you guys recommend? And they gave me a list of 10. And I sort of went through a few of them, reached out to a couple, and then I started to follow and listen to some of the stuff that they had out there. And you guys have done an amazing job of educating. You don't hold back in terms of telling people what your methods are. You just, the transparency for me was there. There was no like, these are our secrets, and you just share. And I was like, I like that. And so it came down to just 1 or 2 I was chatting to a more local agency. I thought it might be good to have that sort of local rapport, but yeah, it was just the sheer. Um, I could just see the evidence that you guys provided that showed that you were crushing it for clients.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you just answered I just pinged you and you were just like, hey, yeah, it's Mike. I was like, what? Reached the guy. Um and yeah, we had a quick initial call and you just liked our numbers initially, so it was easy from there.
Gotcha. So obviously we focus a lot on our creative process. Like we've really, in my opinion, I've seen a lot of agencies out there. I think we have, especially in the info product space, the most dialed in creative process out there between forecasting, the amount of volume that we do, tracking the win rates and all that. I guess going back to that, how many creative concepts were you guys rolling out before? Like what did that look like and what does it kind of look like now? What would you say to the quality of the creatives and all that?
Um the way we were working originally was a little bit of we would have an idea, Dan would be like, oh, this could be a good hook. Should we make this into an ad? Yeah, give that a go. Dan sort of records something and we feed it into the agency, and then we just
You just
didn't
wait.
really hear we just didn't really hear back. Is it running? Is it working? Is it or
Yeah.
like here's a batch. Here's 5 videos that we've edited and put together, and then be like, is anything working? Oh, when did you send those through? Yeah, so there just wasn't uh, it, the focus of the agency we were with wasn't on a pipeline of creating ads and specializing them. So that to find that kind of machine that just works is yeah, it's a huge light bulb for us.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if we were
And
doing, I don't know, maybe one or two pieces every couple of months, that was
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
because
But
it was
now,
a slow process to come up with the idea, to edit it, to create the script, to record the script, to add the bits to it, to tweak it. All of that took so long. Whereas you got this
Yeah.
team, I don't know how many people, but
It's
yeah.
decent. It's decent size. It's a
oh
decent
yeah,
sized team.
And it feels like each person knows their job. It's not like they're a jack of all trades. Again, each person's a specialist. You can literally feel it. That person chops it, passes it on. That person adds the
Yeah.
pictures, and you can feel they've done it so many times. They are a specialist at adding whatever it is, the sound, the picture, the idea, the
yeah.
it's really cool. Very, very cool.
Can you guys, I guess, dive into, you don't have to go into too much detail, but like, just like for this year, like where are you guys sitting at? If you want to go over like some of the numbers, um, like
Yeah.
where are you guys sitting at? Where were you before and like where are you now? And where do you think you guys can actually go with us?
I was just having a look at some of the numbers, and yeah, we've been with you guys just over a month, I think. Um, and it's the curve is it's not 5 degrees, it's 30 degrees, Um, so it's still early days, and Dan and I are both sitting here going, this business has just turned around. It is completely turned around. You've unlocked, the potential. So for us to even forecast is kind of, yeah, we sort of don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fair to say, from a seven-figure business, which is on the verge of that seven-figure, seven whatever,
Yeah.
if the beauty is for me, it can literally double. I could see it doubling within a year and doubling again within, from one to two to four to
Well,
eight.
I think you asked us what our goals were right at the beginning, and it was simply we just wanted to double and then triple, and whatever timeline that was going to take. And I would say that we've doubled already.
Yeah. I think when the previous month in November, you guys were kind of around that 150, 100 to 162 mark. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're right at that number, what, 8 days into January? So
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
So we're
it
gonna we're
it's
gonna more than double.
exactly, yeah, yeah, yeah. So doubled already, and we're especially with having a little bit of continuity within the funnel as well, that's just going to compound. And I guess as we find more and more winners, winning ads, and we start, scaling those individually as well, it's
Mm,
it just comes down to math. Eventually, you get a double that quickly. You take those winners and you're going to double again, right?
mm, yeah.
Um, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we go from that, $1 million business to 2 to 3 plus by the end of 2026. So yeah, it's exciting for us.
And it also
Awesome.
feels like the knowledge that the team are learning about our avatar is all being locked in. I can feel that knowledge is it's cumulative, it's compounding. That this worked, that doesn't. This is the narrative. This style of ad work. This targeting of these people worked. The avatar is being dialed in, and I can feel how that's just going to build and build over time. And then also, you're kind of going through the funnel and just giving those little ideas are invaluable. We really appreciate those. Some of that knowledge is like just a couple of ideas, and it's like, yes, it all
And
builds.
the standard of creative as well is
Yeah.
next level. Some ads, you're seeing 5, 6, 7 ROAS, and that's just crazy.
Mm.
Uh, we struggled in 2025 to sort of stay above 2 times ROAS, and now we're, double that. So it's
Awesome.
it's great.
If someone was on the fence, they're watching this, maybe they booked a call with us or something, and they're like, I don't know, I'm considering these other agencies, or maybe my internal team could do it. If you were sitting across from them, what would you tell
I'd say
I'd
don't.
say, go on.
I'd say if you're in the dog training space, go somewhere else.
them?
Uh, no, no,
Pick up
honestly,
the phone. Pick up
it's
the phone.
such an easy move. The team, every single one of your guys has just been amazing, just responsive and friendly and helpful, and and you're there to back the whole thing up. It's just been honestly, it's been the easiest transition. It's been the easiest leap forward, and sustainable as well. So yeah, it kind of is a total no-brainer. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing your growth, because you keep doing this, and if we can advocate back, then it's going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on. Obviously, we're doing a great job working together. And yeah, to be honest with you, I don't see why we can't get to like 4 to 5 million this year, top line, which, would be huge. And you guys are great. We shoot you guys the scripts, you bang them out. So it's been a great relationship, and look forward to scaling you guys up, this year and beyond.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Of
Thanks,
course.
Mike. Thanks to the
Yeah.
team as well. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Of course. You just watched the guys behind the online dog trainer tell you that they hope nobody in their niche finds out about us so they can maintain first place. Not to toot my own horn. Now, that is not something a client says about an agency they're just happy with. I've been running paid ads since 2010, have done over $300 million in sales purely through paid ads for businesses just like Doggy Dan's and yours. So if you want us to look at your entire operation and tell you the step-by-step plan of how exactly we might be able to take it to $1 million a month minimum, book a call through the link in the description below.